Hello, welcome, Cabbage here. So we just got the update for version 8.2, and then with it, in a big surprise I thought, was the bunch of buffs for various characters. And I was really surprised to see this, because JP, they also got this series of buffs, of course, but they got it only 3 months ago. So maybe in little ways our game is kind of speeding up to get closer to where the JP game is. And then maybe the release of Doom, which is very out of order, has something to do with that as well. But we'll have to wait and see how that looks in the future. But anyway, let's go through the different characters that were buffed, and then see how they have improved and like maybe new uses that they have. Alright, so we'll start with Red, and then the first character we'll look at, we'll start from the bottom, is Brunhilde. This is the evolution version. And let's see what changed about her. Her attack went up by about 2,500, and that's pretty decent. That's like a very good Ableberry, so that's good there. And then we'll look at the Ascension version, and then she picked up Null Magic Circle, which is pretty great. We're seeing a lot more of a Null Magic Circle, so that is pretty useful there. Maybe if Cubide appears again, then this Brunhilde would be very useful there. Alright. Oh, and then we did just see that new Wood Colossal Quest, where this Brunhilde was very useful, so we can look forward to that. Okay, next up is Queen of Hearts. We'll look at the evolution version first. She went from Ethereal Slayer M to Ethereal Slayer L, and I think this is very good. Any character that you're using where they don't have a null ability, but they do have a Slayer, you do want at least L or EL. That makes them worth using, so that's pretty good there. And then the Ascension version, she picks up a new bump combo. She used to have the X laser. Now she has the rebound X laser, just like Verdandi. It doesn't do a whole lot of damage, but it can cover a lot of the screen. So that's pretty useful and pretty fun too, if you haven't tried that out. Okay, and then who else we got? Okay, next is Shizuka Gozen. Here's the Ascension version. And then her Demon's Bane gets upgraded to M, so that makes her pretty darn good. There's lots of demons all over the place, especially like zombies and those kinds of guys. And then maybe the bigger news is the Evolution version. Her bump combo got upgraded from X Laser L to XL. So that puts her on the same, that gives her the same bump combo as like Izanagi, or the same damage as Raphael's cross laser. So yeah, that's a pretty big deal. It also makes her a good choice for a sidekick Ableberry. And I remember when this character was first buffed in the JP game, people were saying like, oh, Himiko's done. Himiko is not done, but Shizuka is close now to her. And so that's good news for anybody that has Shizuka but does not have Himiko. And then for warp stages in particular, I think Shizuka is going to be the better choice than Himiko. She'll also be really good now. I mean, she already was good, but she'll be even better for floor 37 of the tower, and then the wood time trial. So pretty excited about her. And one more for fire, and that is Myka here. The evolution version, she picks up null block, and then the Ascension version also picks up null block. And that's pretty great. Block is becoming, or null block is becoming more and more important as the game goes on. And then to have more extreme drop monsters have that is very useful. And then pretty soon we're going to get Tsukuyomi 0, and then this combination, null gravity barrier, null block, is going to be the top combo there. So yeah, pretty exciting, and those are the red characters. Okay, let's have a look at Water next, and we'll look first at Atlantis Evolution. And he picked up both fire resistance and then more attack. And yeah, it doesn't really kind of functionally change the character, but it's just stronger overall. So he'll be even better for Ashura, and then later on the next Fire Colossal Quest, he'll be really good. And then we got the Ascension form here. His Mech Slayer gets improved to Mech Slayer M, And yeah, that's kind of the standard for what we're going to be seeing from now, where most people have some kind of Slayer M rather than just the standard Slayer. Okay, who else we got? Here is Joker Evolution, and then for him, the number of homing shots was improved. And then next we got Joker Evolution, and for him the number of homing shots he shoots is increased. And then the Ascension version, his Robot Slayer or Mech Slayer was also improved to M. Alrighty, and then after him we got Kraken Evolution. He picks up a null block, and I'm very interested in null block characters, so I'm probably going to make the max luck of this guy. And then the Ascension version is very interesting because before he had the one-way laser XL. Here he picks up the twin one-way laser. This is a new bump combo, and the way that works is it's just two one-way lasers right next to each other. It doesn't do any extra damage, but it just covers more area, so that makes it easier to use. So that's pretty cool. After that, we'll scroll up quite a bit. Alright, here is Sirius Evolution. He gets an improvement both to HP and attack, but they're pretty minor. And then the Ascension version picks up a null block, which is kind of fun, kind of interesting with him being a Pierce. And then he also gets the HP improvement, quite a bit of HP actually, so that's pretty good. Okay, next up is Wood. We'll look first here at Corsair Ascension, and then her big improvement is the Energy Circle M becomes Energy Circle L. From a damage standpoint, this is much better, of course. But I would say from a usability standard, this is kind of a downgrade. It's just me. If you're good with Energy Circle L, then that's awesome. But I find it a little hard to use, just because the area that it hits is so large. It's a little bit difficult to aim. Maybe even more so because she is a Pierce. But again, from a damage standpoint, pretty good. And it could be worth putting a sidekick Ableberry on her. And then the Evolution version, her X-Laser turns into a Rebound X-Laser. And yeah, like I said before with Myka, it covers a good amount of the screen, so in that sense it's good. But doesn't do a whole ton of damage. But still, anything is better than nothing there. Next up is Siren. This is the Evolution version, and then she gets a little bit of attack power, but very minimal. And then the Ascension version picks up water resistance, which is pretty great for a drop monster. Alrighty, and then finally we will look at Billy the Kid. The Evolution version here picks up Null Magic Circle, which again is very unique. And the Ascension version, the homing shots get upgraded. I guess they all change from just standard homing to Pierce homing. And then Pierce homing shots hit 3 times each. So that's more chances for hitting the weak point and then doing more damage. Okay, next up we got Light. We'll look at Ensho first. And the Evolution version, what do we got here? Attack goes up minimally. And then the Ascension version picks up a gauge shot, and then on the gauge picks up dash. And this is a new ability as well. His base speed, if you miss the gauge, for example, his base speed will be about that 280. If you hit the gauge, though, he'll gain dash, and then that'll make him go faster. And yeah, kind of a funny character, kind of a funny ability. Let's see, next up we got... here's Nokko, and then she picks up a null block, just like Myka. So that combination of null gravity barrier and null block would be really good for Tsukuyomi 0. And yeah, if you did want to have a max luck for that mission, and you wanted the null gravity null block, now you don't have to make the Kushinada 0 max luck. You can make either Nokko or Myka, so that's pretty great. And then the Ascension version, she picks up Strike Shot Reducer, so that she can shoot that laser homing shot more often. And who else we got here? Here is Sanzan Hoshi, and before she had the Dark Resistance Dark Slayer, and she picked up a Null Warp. This is kind of a big deal, because she's the first light character with Null Warp to have that Slayer. And yeah, she could be really good for Tsukuyomi actually. There are some warps in there once in a while, and if you can get her past the pre-boss stages, there are no gravity barriers in the latter half, so she can be really strong there. And then the Ascension version, her attack goes up maybe 2,000, which is again a pretty good Ableberry, so that's pretty darn good. And then finally we'll come to Juliette. Her evolution form, the Ethereal Slayer, is upgraded from just the base Ethereal Slayer to L, and that's a big ol' help. Her being a Pierce will mean that she'll get really good damage on the weak points there. And then the Ascension version picks up Blast type, so her homing bump combo and then her meteor destruction is also very improved. Alrighty, that'll do it for light. Okay, and finally, let's look at Dark. We will look at Drill Max first. And here is the Evolution version. Picks up a little bit of hit points. And then the Ascension version looks like picks up light resistance. And again, that's really good for drop monsters, especially good for light or dark characters. So pretty cool there. Let's see who we got next. That would be Alibaba. Evolution version is kind of improved to Minesweeper M, Demon Slayer M. That's pretty great. And then also he becomes a blast type, and so his shotgun becomes more powerful. And then he's got that really nice shotgun where it's more directional rather than shooting in all directions. So that can be some pretty crazy damage. And yeah, I'd be really interested in trying him out in maybe Yamato Takeru Zero or even Akala. And then the Ascension version, his Demon's Bane is upgraded to M. And yeah, this guy, he was already good before. He'll be even better now. Because demons are all over the place. He's got the null gravity barrier, he's got the meteor strike shot, which is easy to use with a Pierce type. And then his Slayer will go into his meteor as well. And actually, of all of the monsters that we were looking at today, Alibaba, his two versions together, might be my pick for the best overall improvement. Besides him, there's Geppetto. He picks up Null Wind in both versions, and that can be pretty good, especially for the evolution form, since he's got the one-way laser and you want to kind of protect his positioning. And so with the Null Wind, then he won't be pushed out of position by the wind. And then finally, we have Yasu. And then his Minesweeper is upgraded from just the standard Minesweeper to Minesweeper L, so that's crazy damage there. That's really good because he's a speed type, so he can pick up mines, a lot of mines at once. And he's also a Pierce, so he can pick up just the mines he wants, go straight for the boss's weak point. And then the Ascension version looks like picks up just light resistance. But again, that's really good for dark and light characters in particular. Okay, so that will do it for the rundown of the monsters that were buffed earlier today. And yeah, take them for a spin, especially the ones with the new bump combos. I think they'll be a lot of fun. Alrighty, thanks for watching. We'll see you again. Take care.